Hello, everybody. All right, happy Friday, everyone. Let's see who have we got in the chat so far. Everyone give me a mic check. I think I'm using the correct mic. I did just check my speakers are all okay. Hopefully the microphone is good as well. Frito, Andy, Keshab, Dave, Ollie, Oth, welcome. Okay. Friday night. It's been a pretty crazy week for trading, so we'll just go over some of the charts, a couple of the trades I've taken today, have a look at some altcoins and stuff maybe, and we'll just do any general questions and stuff like that. Whoa, light. It's a bit bright. There we go. Bit bright. And I'm kind of wearing a bit of a stupid t-shirt for this. So, cool, sound is good. Welcome, Randall. P's here, Dave's here, Steven's here. Oh my god, what am I doing to my screen? Okay, cool. I think I am sorted. Okay, cool. So, let's just start off. Let's do a little bit of Bitcoin stuff. So we'll start with the normal charts today. Let's zoom out a little bit. Fun evening. Ramadan Mubarak to everyone. Happy Ramadan. I think that starts tomorrow, right? 2nd of April. I know that because I was planning a trip. 2nd of April to the 2nd of May. I remember. So yeah, happy Ramadan. However it is that you say it. To everybody as well. Cool. George, welcome. Vinny, Senti, I went karaoke and this girl said to me, clearly your girlfriend isn't marrying you for your singing. My response was, clearly your husband didn't marry you for your looks. Good man, Senti. I wouldn't really want to listen to you singing either. But, yeah. Okay. So, Bitcoin. Where do we start with Bitcoin? Monthly open clearly has to change. I haven't even moved that yet. That's here now. But, I mean, this is now a monthly level. I'm just going to swap that back and just make it the monthly level. Because until it's daily open, until I don't have other stuff on my chart, there's no point having it there. So we had quite a nice little move up since we had the big dump yesterday. So the crash that we had yesterday, I mean, I personally wasn't able to get into the short position that I wanted to yesterday and able to take this down. Everyone kind of knows by now I was waiting for a move up towards to take these highs. My alert is still there to see if these highs would have got taken. It ended up being like you had a pump last weekend. Monday, you basically grind up the whole day on Monday, put in a Monday high, and price just never comes back anywhere near it. So I was able to take a few short positions. I did actually short this, and I did short this as well after we got that little high, but both of those were expecting there to be a range that played out. So for me personally, it was expecting a range between the Monday low, the Monday high, that kind of region, and to play the deviation of the both of them before we were to get a break down. So I did take the long here, was able to take profit, all of those kind of things. Never came up here, so daily level was pretty stubborn in the end. It was very weak, just weakness throughout the whole week, and we were looking at this throughout all the trading rooms when we were just every time we would look at price, we were just like, you know what, it looks really weak and it's kind of poor, the performance that we've had from just everything so far. So since we had that breakout, the whole performance from Bitcoin was pretty poor. Altcoins were doing okay. Bitcoin just wasn't really performing. So we had the drop down and it came back into, if I do just remove some stuff on the charts, basically what did we have? We had a back test of the big range that we were in. Okay, so here's the big old range that we were in. This is what we've been looking at for a number of weeks. We were expecting this to break up. That was what the main plan was. So we were looking for this to break up. There's been a number of streams where I've been saying, okay, let's break up, let's hit yearly open, let's come into kind of this region up here where we've got the monthly naked point of control, we've got the daily OB, we've got the fair value gap up there, all of those kind of things. And then let's fake down and see if we can make some like much lower lows down, possibly towards this 1-to-1. Okay, so that was one of the scenarios that we had playing out, and we never quite got into those short positions. There was, for me, it was like head short from the yearly open, still in that, but it's not really like any kind of position that's actually going to be profitable against spot if we are to get a big move down. So that's what we've had, and we've basically just, we've had that back test of this. So if we do go onto here, this was the other thing that we were looking at. Here was the 4-hour RSI trend that we did have as well. We broke up. What did price come and do? Okay, it took out the high. So price came and took out the high. That was the trade done. At that point, that was where I was able to pretty much close out of the long position that I had been in. In hindsight, probably should have been a little bit more aggressive on the shorts at that point, but I was a little bit stubborn, waiting for higher. I always want to get the perfect entry, and on this occasion there really wasn't any need to. The target had been hit. It was my own kind of maybe stubbornness in wanting a certain move that prevented me from getting into a short position up there. And then what's price done on this, like now as well, we've come all the way back down, and we've come like basically reset the whole thing. So now you've got this massive, if you like this kind of thing, massive hidden bullish divergence going on the 4-hour chart. This is the only thing I really pay attention to on the 4-hour chart. Is the RSI is the only, like, the 4-hour chart is the only time frame I really pay attention to when it comes to RSI divergences and stuff as well. So yeah, that's basically what we've had today. The other confluence that we had within this region here was the 4-hour OB. So we were looking at the 4-hour OB as support. And of course there was the yearly level. But realistically, yearly level is, I mean, it's an important like marker for price, but there's not historically volume there because it was literally a day that everyone was just getting pissed. No one was trading the yearly open, so it's not really that significant. It's just a nice marker for where we are in terms of overall sentiment and things like that, I think. So it's not a huge level. This is why we're seeing it being traded through a couple of times, because people expect a bit more from it than I think what it gives us. But yeah, we got a nice little scalp off of it as price came down. Ultimately, you came lower. You came through, you filled the single prints. So we had the whole range of single prints that was right here. We came through, filled the single prints, got a little bounce off of this daily level, off around the 4-hour OB, had a bounce off of there, came in, back tested the 4-hour OB. At this point, if I do, I'm just trying to keep this chart clean. When we came up into the 4-hour order block, this was the long that I was able to get into, because obviously this all happened overnight. But we came back into here, and I was scaling in between the 0.5 and the golden pocket. So again, I did post this into the crew chat. We had quite a nice move up, a little bit of a low put in there, kind of change of market structure-ish, although we didn't really come up and take these highs. Able to get in, that was one like little order filled out of a few potential ones, and then price just went a little bit nuts from that point then. I am also in a short from here, so I will go over and explain the short position that I've got into. Oh, I did take another short that was off of the daily open, and this one eventually got stopped out. So I was looking for a short here. What we also had there was a little 15-minute order block, 30-minute order block, something like that. There was something there I was looking at. I'd have to look back. I didn't even take profit on this one. It didn't work out because I think I took it on the second attempt, looking at some exhaustion here. It blasted through, and then we ended up at the weekly VWAP. So I had nice long position, one short stopped out, and then another short that I've already taken profit on, and I'm just holding for now. So those are the trades I have taken today. Um, Again, I did do a little video for the crew earlier on when I took this short, but I'll do a very brief explanation to it now. So it was at this point here that I was able to get into the short position, and the reason for that, okay, you had basically like really strong positive delta coming all the way up, buying imbalances the whole way up, loads and loads of buying imbalances on very low volume. So we had like really quite low volume on this until we came up to the high, and then suddenly you get this change of basically behavior from the. This isn't looking the same as it did earlier. It's kind of weird. It's not looking the same as it did earlier. This must have reset some data. These numbers look a little bit skewed compared to how they were. But anyway, you see the positive delta coming up, the buying imbalance is coming up, and then we had really significant volume up at the highs and a sudden change from basically a lot of buying, and then you see these red bars, lots and lots of selling starting to come in. And it was at that point, as we came back up into this region, what did price come and do? Ran the stops, reversed, and then we started to get some heavy selling to the downside. And since then, it's just been a case of like you're just wiping people out on both sides of the trade. People are trying to get back in. People who had missed the dip yesterday are like sidelined now. So everyone's trying to get back in, running liquidations the whole way up, ran them back down, running liquidations again on the way up, and now we're just kind of settling into a weekend type thing, I guess. So yeah, and it's kind of crazy as well with the open interest just going all over the place. I'd have to have a look at another exchange and just see uh, how this is looking, because on inverse perps it's just flipping between like just liquidating people and stopping people out all the time. You just have a spike of open interest and it immediately just gets wiped out. So yeah, an interesting day. It's been kind of tricky to trade. There were a bunch of levels that we came through earlier. So as soon as we break through the daily open, we're obviously looking back towards the single prints to get tested. That was from the TPO. We were looking at here they are. I'll keep it on here because this is a bit clearer. We had the single prints up here, so we were looking at price to come into the single prints, previous day value area low, and that to be a potential short, but you were having so much momentum at that stage that I didn't want to take it. And then of course this is the reason why I was then taking the short, is the anchored VWAP from this range, basically your weekly anchored VWAP. So yeah, that sums up a little bit of Bitcoin. That is the stuff I have done today. How's everyone else had? Oh, well, how's everyone else's trading day been? Has anyone else made any good trades? Has anyone made any really bad trades? Because it has been a tricky couple of days to trade. I think unless you've positioned already, then it's been kind of tricky. I just see if anyone answers, and I'll look at random stuff until people answer, and then I'll start to look at the chat and do some questions. It actually looks kind of like we could be going and breaking these highs again. I'm going to hold the short. I've already taken profit on it. I'm going to hold this short for a little bit longer, see how that goes. It is a weekend. I kind of like to be hedged short, especially after the move we've had today. Senti, yeah. Let's bring this up. So did everyone else no one's really saying how they got how they've traded today. Uh Christopher Hall compounded the short. Nice, nice. I compounded the long yesterday. We'll see how that gets on. At this stage, I'm kind of neutral on the market. I don't mind if it goes long, if it goes short. I'm holding about equal exposure. I'm still maybe a bit more long exposure, especially for the altcoins. Um, I closed out of a few shorts when we got the big move down yesterday. So I'm maybe still a little bit more long exposure than short currently. However, I'm probably gonna end up fairly neutral over the probably the course of the day. Just rebalance some stuff. It's the weekend. There's no point me closing the trades that I'm in, either long or short, that are in profit. So, Daddy Turtle, how do you undo on Exo fast delete? I mean, you just click it and then click the backspace button. So if I was to draw a fib, if you've highlighted, you just go backspace and it deletes. If you clicked off of it, you need to actually just click on it and delete. Or do you mean? Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you mean. This is not a fancy water bottle. I'm just having a beer. It's a Friday night. I've got some Estrella, and it's a big it's a big beer bottle. Just having a beer on a Friday. Only the one, maybe a second one if I feel like it. We've got a few people that have got some trades. Mate trading alts, long on vet futures. Very nice. I am also in a long on VeChain. Still holding that. Again, I did take some profit on that the other day, but still holding for now. So I am long from, I don't know, entry 4.585 cents. 0.0484585. 0.04585. That is my VeChain long. Still holding the sushi one as well from $2.90. Still holding Gala, still holding FTM, still holding FTT, still holding Sol. So yeah, nice. We'll go over some of those charts in a second as well. Runner got the short from VWAP. Yeah, I think realistically, if you weren't able to get the short from here, this is now a pretty good, decent point for it. Like the other thing as well, it looks to me like that's. I was drawing a golden pocket from here, and of course we came through there. But if we just do go from Monday high, oh, would you look at that? There's your confluence. So that's where price came into. And it's literally just a back test of the channel. So if you do go Monday low to Monday high, so this being Monday low, this being Monday high, here's your channel. Take off the high time frames. This is the channel we were trading. It never came up and took the highs, so I wasn't able to get the short position there. So you're stuck between a back test of this huge structure here and a back test of this weekly structure here. So which one is going to win? Maybe we should do a little poll. Which level will break? So we're going to say, are we going to break? Because we're kind of in the middle. So 48,200 or 44k. Which um which level breaks first? Or just breaks? Which level breaks first? Monday high. No, let's just go 48,500 or 44,000. Poll time. Did that work? So I'm asking if it's going to break this or this. And we're right in the middle of it. Those are the alerts. Christopher and Ollie, I'm not quite sure. I've not got an EW count for this. Again, French Bull will have one. He's the guy for that. It always ends up really even, these polls. 33 votes. How many likes have we got actually? That's a good point. Come on, look, we've got 35 votes on this and 36 likes on the video. So you can't vote more than you're not 36 likes and 36 votes now. Come on, guys. Smash that like button. Let's hit that like button. MB, congrats on the Ferrari deal. Thank you very much. Who saw the announcement earlier then? Who saw the announcement? Who saw it? So, Taurus Crypto, team sponsor of the Ferrari F1 team. Look at that logo. Look how nice it looks there. Look at it. And we're on the wing. I was saying the other day, their like rear wing looks really empty, especially because Bybit have their logo all over it on the Red Bull cars. So we thought, okay, Ferrari needs something on that rear wing. And there was a little bit of real estate here that we could squeeze in the Taurus Crypto logo. Again, anyone who wants to see the press release, anyone who wants to see the press release, just scan the QR code. We announced this earlier on today. Scan the QR code. I thought that was a pretty good for an April Fool's Day joke. Did anyone else get caught? Like, is there anyone that got? Um, did anyone fall for it? Did anyone scan the QR code? Greg, third biggest whale is massively offloading. Miners are offloading. Mt. Gox wallet just moved 6,500 BTC. Fireworks this weekend. I don't care. I just don't do on chain analysis. Um I might look at it now and again, but it doesn't yeah, maybe they are. I mean, for this to be the yeah, anyway, this is the thing, like with the market at the moment, this is it. It's kind of the breakout was weak, okay? And this is what we've seen so many times, okay? You've seen all these moves up and they're just getting fully retraced, completely retraced every single time. But this is the first time, I guess back here, we had a decent like reaction off of a test, so we can kind of look to this little region as recent history for what we've got. I mean, you can see how you have this little section, you break up, you have the markup, you come down, you test it, and then you bounce back into like a golden pocket region. This is what we had previously, and then it ran back and retraced the whole move. So we do have to be aware of that. Just this obviously happening on a much higher time frame, much lower time frame, happening much quicker. So it's why you do want to be in a short position, because we could go all the way down here. But on the other hand, it is just a backtest for now. If this low gets taken, it's bearish. But yeah, just go level to level. Yeah, I saw the trading view no shield coin. Yeah. Okay. What else has happened? This is the other thing we were saying, right? Like when you get these moves down on Bitcoin, the first ones always are like a buy the fucking dip kind of thing, because a lot of these alts end up like massively outperforming again. So we're talking about like, I mean, you can't say things are bearish when all these major alts are almost making. I mean, their BTC pairs are starting to break up. So we're certainly not looking that bearish right now. Like, look at Ethereum, almost new highs. Runner, would I short ETH here? Uh, no, not yet. If the BTC pair came above there, possibly. Do we have anything here? See, I'd more be looking at this little block. So if the BTC pair came up here, then I'd potentially be looking for short on ETH. Luna came back through the daily, back tested, broke up again after hitting our red box of resistance. So this is Luna. This is what we've been talking about again for weeks. For weeks and weeks and weeks. I can find the red box of resistance on like charts from like here. Like when we were looking, we were all the way back here, like the 12th of March, we were looking at this. So we've hit the red box, we've hit that resistance zone, pulled back on Luna. What else have we got? What else is moving? Pole is bearish, yeah. 44k is slightly ahead, so the market is maybe a little bit more bearish. Aave again. Aave's had an amazing move up since backtesting. The only level I have on my chart, apart from this daily. This is just very simple analysis I did a while back. And we were looking at this SR flip and how that would become resistance if price came into it. The fact that we just broke through and are now backtesting it and moving higher, that's quite nice. Because we were initially looking at this as resistance. I don't know why that daily's there. Nice little range. Hit that daily exactly. Uh, okay, Simon. Why did alts pump so hard after the BTC dip? So they always do. If you're uptrending, that first dip will be like a massive buy the dip opportunity. So what you tend to see, like alts have been performing well. You can look at the Bitcoin dominance, and it's been downtrending recently. So if we just go on to crypto, can I get a health check on the stream from everybody as well? Just because it looks like it might be lagging a little bit. Am I too high quality? I do not know. I think I'm okay. Anyway, yeah, sorry. If we go on, so Bitcoin dominance. So from the point in which we call Bitcoin dominance, we called an alt season, which was on the 16th of March. We've just seen Bitcoin dominance falling. Okay, so we've had this alt season going on. So the alts are outperforming. Anyway, so we had that little bit of a like correction with the alt market kind of last week, this week, when everyone else started to call alt season, basically. So we were trading alts through this move down. Then we were looking back at Bitcoin mainly for last week, looking at the range, and now of course back into alts, and those have been running quite a lot over the course of this week. So the thing is, when you get these moves up, and Bitcoin's been doing this as well, it's just been grinding up, right? And this is the first time we've really had like a breakout of structure. Like even that's not what it was. You kind of put in a range, and this is the first time we've had any dip. It's just been an uptrend and then break through for ages. So the thing is, like with the altcoins, so they're outperforming Bitcoin at the moment. I'm not muted. I'm not muted. Not that MB would be able to hear me if his thing's off. But yeah, so Bitcoin's been uptrending, altcoins have been outperforming. When you get these dips, the altcoins are just going to react to that. They're going to find that liquidity. They're going to take those stops, and they're just going to, a lot of them are just going to end up running higher, the ones that have been performing really nicely. And it always, always, always happens, like every single time. And it doesn't mean that we're going to get continuation across the market. It doesn't mean that we're just going to go back up and we're going to break through resistance on Bitcoin and everything else. It just means that the kind of reactions that you see from alts often just exaggerate whatever move Bitcoin does. So because they've been trending up, you can kind of find anything, and the chances are it's just hit a load of stops and then just goes flying up to the next level because the books are very thin. People are sidelined. So yesterday, basically, I think what was happening were people were probably trying to long like around here, trying to long around here, try to long the yearly open. Then they go like, oh, scam market, man. And it all breaks down during the Asia session. They probably get stopped out, all of this kind of thing. And now everyone's sidelined. So it's just very easy to just run price back up right now because there's just not a lot. Most people are just wiped out in general in the market. So if you're not already holding what you've got, it's been quite hard to actually get into a position over the past couple of days. So yeah, I think that's part of the reason why we're seeing these alts that are just, yeah, pumping. Loads of them. Aave, great. GMT's just been doing it all week. TLM, we've been looking at recently. I need to do some more stuff. Solana. Okay, so Solana had its little range. We were looking at this in the trading room. It was last night, wasn't it? Because Solana was holding the anchored VWAP from its all-time high. It was holding above it. It took the liquidity at the lows, filled this little, again, if you like this kind of thing, fair value gap. There it is. Came into that, and off it goes. So Solana, one of the ones that I was able to get into a position, and I am holding a Solana long, was able to get into that. But there's a bunch of stuff, again, we were looking at FTM yesterday, like really nice reaction off of that. Loads of stuff just making higher highs already. FTM looks great. Near almost coming back up and taking the high. Yeah. Just the one beer tonight. Just the one. So far. I may potentially grab another in a bit. Oh, Waves needs to be shorted. Yes, yes. Yeah, I mean Waves is going to go back to like $30, isn't it? At the very least. It's ridiculous. Such a shit coin. Okay. What else do we want to cover today? If we get this up to 100 likes, then we'll do a couple of Exocharts giveaways. If we do not get it up to 100 likes, then we'll save the Exochart stuff for another time. So we will be doing an Exochart giveaway for crew only. So this is just the crew kind of raffles that we do on a Friday night from time to time. So if we do get this video up to 100, this stream up to 100 likes, then we will give away a couple more Exocharts memberships. 3 months Exocharts memberships. Guys, as well, I've this is just a little bit off topic, but a really, really good rule for taking profit, yeah, especially if you follow me on Twitter, a really good rule for taking profit. If you start seeing that I'm posting like big profit, big position things on Twitter because it's public stuff. It's not like, I think, understand, like, Twitter's not really real. I'm just having fun. I'm just shit posting on Twitter a lot of the time. So, so just a general thing. If you're following me on Twitter and you're watching, like, my streams and obviously the videos I do are much more serious. But if you're following me on Twitter and you see me doing posts on this, like bragging about my positions, either long or short, that's probably a really good time to take profit on them because I'm just basically like playing on emotion at that point. Um, it's crypto Twitter. It's ridiculous, and I'm trying to get the hang of it because I'm so bad at social media. So general rule of thumb: okay, if you see me bragging about posts for clout on Twitter, on crypto Twitter, and if like bragging about long positions, it's probably a good opportunity to reduce that risk on the longs because I'm playing on emotion because a lot of the market yesterday or the day before was very, very bullish. So yeah, just a heads up for everybody. When I post setups on Twitter, they're genuine, but yeah, there is an element of whatever talking nonsense on there as well. So, look, I was like, send it at him at the highs, and then it dumps, eventually hits target. When I'm every time I brag on Twitter, trade it the other way, counter trade me, and it's great for the haters as well. I saw some people like hating on it because I was doing like I had a braggy post earlier on, and they were like, counter trade him, counter trade him. I mean, I'm already up like 2,000% or whatever. Anyway, we're at 79 likes. I don't think we're gonna get 100 likes. I don't think there's too much more to talk about in the market right now. Keshav, no, don't counter trade me not all the time. Otherwise, it probably won't work. Just yeah, don't. Any CVD divergence on BTC now? So let's have a look. Unlikely. I mean, the order flow recently has been very unreliable. No, no. Are we seeing it here? Bearish divergence spot up here. But then spot's often pretty good. Spot's often leading. So I don't really care for that. Yeah, bullish divergence spot as well. So if you do look at where the high was, we'll just go into this because I did see Christopher just mentioned about the spot absorption. So yeah, you can see here on spot that we're making a lower low on the CVD compared to the range we were in back here. I don't know. Like for me, we're just coming in and backfilling this. There's an inefficiency on the chart here. Is there something possibly a little bit educational that could be done from this? Could we do another little bit of talking about something that may be causing a bounce here? Do we have maybe? Okay, then it's just dumping. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's good. It's good for me. I am a short, so if we're dumping, that happy days. I'm good. I kind of like where we've just got to. So if you want to look at where stops are, or not stops so much, but you want to look at potential areas to long, that looks good from here. The region that we came into earlier on as well, like, you're just doing really simple stuff right now. Like, you just had a little block. So you had the markup, you had a little block there. You came back into this region. This was the weekly VWAP that was at this point. So again, we can put that on here. On the perps, it was a little bit different. But if I do go weekly VWAP, I mean, depending on where you're looking, this did get hit, and that's why I took the short. But you came into a decent area, got a decent bounce. Now I've just taken the lows, come back into where the wick is down here. If you were to continue a little bit lower, I'd like to see a move down to around about 45,730. That kind of zone. So you could look at this kind of region here as being the next support. So if you were to see this break down, you could probably expect a bounce. At that point, this would become resistance, and we could end up retracing the whole damn thing again. You hit some stops at the lows. You have short positions opening. You have short positions opening down here. I mean, it's probably intentional. Heavy negative delta, single candle divergence, a lot of selling at the lows. Change of behavior. Here we go. So now we've got the buying coming back in. So yeah, there's potential there for a little bit of a scalpy long. We can also just take a look at this range. Wow. There's a lot of people shorting this area here. So this is just heavy negative delta. Every time price comes into here, you're potentially trapping short positions. What you don't want to see is here's your longs. So these are the buying imbalances on the way up. I do think that we'll probably come back down into those. But be aware, like, if we are to come into this region here, the chances are you're probably going to come all the way through it. So where we are is in an area where there's short selling imbalances. If we are to come down, you're probably going to run through all of this. Very low volume up there. Through all here as well. So if we are to get a move down, previous day low is probably what we're looking at. So again, here's when you start to get those selling imbalances down at the lows. So you do have short positions there. That's where you've got your trap shorts. So you do have your trap short positions around like 45 150 to 45k. which kind of makes sense. Loads of volume up at the highs here. Crazy delta down there. Oh, okay. So 45,150 to 45k. I'm gonna put a little alert there, because that's where you've got trapped. That's where you got negative delta. Basically below here, isn't it? Let's just do it at 45,200. Then you got negative delta down there. So that's where your short positions are. Maz G, what's this thing you're using? X-ray bluish reddish. Yeah, this is just a dynamic range tool on Exocharts. So this here, you can just see the delta for all the price action. So you can just drag it along. I can zoom in on here. We can turn the tick size up to something a little bit more readable. And I can just show you what this is. My eyes are sore. Been looking at screens too much. Do I have text on here? There we go. So here you can see that you've got like negative 2 million delta, negative 4 million delta, negative 3.4 million delta within this region. So it just means that you've got more buyers than sellers at this price point. So each little bar being one like group of price. So you can tell how much buyers and sellers are in each of these. You can drag it along. You can do your bid ask. Give it a little nudge. Oh, I've done text mode. Duh. That's just a volume profile. But it's useful. It's very useful. How come you always catch tops and bottom on long and short? Is Exo magic? I mean, no, it's not, and I don't always catch the tops and the bottoms. I'm obviously going to talk about the ones I've traded because they're the ones I've traded and they're the ones I know about. I'm not someone to do like hindsight analysis. So if I've taken a trade, I will talk about it, and then if it's in profit, I will talk about it. So therefore, it maybe makes it appear that I'm longing and shorting everything. But I didn't take the short yesterday. I didn't catch the short, which is kind of annoying. But I did catch the long today, and I have caught another short today. But yeah, I'm certainly not catching everything. I was really annoyed I missed the short position yesterday. I was so sure we were going to come up and take these highs. I was so sure about it. But then you get overconfident and then the market goes the other way. But it's all good because it doesn't matter because there's a trade the next day and I didn't lose money yesterday. I didn't lose a penny, so and I've made a lot of money today. So I'm happy. I'm happy. Daddy Turtle, I was basically just looking at all of this price action, and what it was telling me was every single trade that's happened within the like the range that I've just chosen. So it's just adding together all of the trades. Yeah. Cash App, yeah. 49k idea became too general. It really did. And I was saying this again. I did mention this like the day before we broke down. Like, even you had like perma bears and you had idiots and the crypto influencers, and you had the marketing companies, and you had all of these kind of things being like, oh, Bitcoin's going to go 49k and then it's going to dump. And I mean, man, we spoke about this on Monday and now everyone else is starting to find it. It's so annoying. So yeah, everyone else found out about our plan, although obviously it's not from us. It's just it maybe takes people a little bit long to find this stuff. And it didn't work. So yeah, that's the way it goes. It just didn't work. But anyway, I think I'm going to wrap things up here. So hopefully that was a couple of useful bits of information for people. I mean, I'm not really that interested in the market on a Friday night. I'll see where things go over the weekend. You've got a couple of levels here. You've got some interesting stuff that's been added to the chart. Keep an eye out for strong altcoins. I think altcoins could do quite well over the weekend. But yeah, other than that, I am going to wrap it up there. We will do the Exocharts stuff next week. We didn't get 100 likes. We didn't get 100 likes, so we'll do another. We'll roll those over onto next week, and yeah, I'm going to call it a night there. I've done my hour. After an hour, I lag. So thank you everybody for watching. I will see you all next week / later, whenever. Oh, Dad, I took the short like literally at the high. I got a really, really, really nice entry. I can show you my entry. Hold on. Before I go, this is my short. Where's it gone? I posted it earlier in the chat. I am short from 46659. 46659 is where I took my short. So yeah, basically right at the top. Cool.